Feel correct. That you basically say that it has to work or don't have to work, right? Since that. Yes, I'm not ready for this or anything else. I don't feel good enough to be here, but yeah, I could be another channel like the rest of them. I could be just like any other channel out there, but yep. Troll versus Rickroll, trolling, non-trolling. Don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Look at him, look at him, look at him. I get it. It's another person trying their best to make it in this world of small businesses, and that's it. But no one knows how to do it because basically we don't really know words anymore. We just do. Feel important to this world. It's the main thing. We have to feel like interns at Google. There's this fun intended if they weren't just bought out by people. It's okay. We all just have to keep moving on and on and on. But I'm playing this on BlueStacks and I'm doing everything else. But yeah. We can be subjected to the people we are, oversold audience, or anybody else we want to think about right now. But yep. The world is what it is, but yeah. Cookie Kingdom is pretty good. It is an okay game, even though I feel silly because I feel like a kid who's playing big boy, big girl game or something. But yeah. It's like that Shrek kind of thing, but yeah, operating pretty well. Yeah, probably copyright. Yeah. Trying to think of Cookie Design's been around for a long time. Sonic's in here and Cookie Run Kingdom, yeah. I could be playing something else right now. I'm having a headset. I really do need a headset. But I will get one next month if I can afford it. Right now, I'm not looking for like any advice on this or anything else. Literally, I just need to just be one of those voices out there who basically like pray that we can wish that we can play a little bit of wait to listen to us or not, or be overheard by this music. I was so not ready for this. Nope. So out of it. But yeah, nobody does this, right? Nobody tells you the truth. They always like, oh my god, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I am so ready for this. They're not ready to tell you the truth because they don't want to feel like they're sweating. I have done this since I was a kid. I just sell it, you know? You sell it quickly. Don't sell it, then maybe you won't make it as market at all. I don't have a piggy, but I understand that agriculture costs money, and people need to understand that sometimes I'm going out of context in the game, but piggies. waiting for it to basically understand how to say something right. So what my mom thinks is that I'm just a young male who basically chose to basically ask for help all day. I'm looking for help or not looking for help. I know I'm squeezing by with just being next to my mom, leaning on my mom for the rest of my life as industry, and it's kind of funny, but yeah, that's how it works in life. Sometimes we have to lean on people, sometimes we don't, and sometimes we have to lean on people's careers or we have to do something else, but we just have to feel like we're better at who can buy the best seat at NBA, NHL, or anything else. Feel like we own the pastime. Willing to now that coronavirus is here, people can squeeze past like their seats. Like have to understand that they pay for those seats ahead of time and on season. Feel like they're being schooled at like who got that seat first or who didn't, or if they could save the seat or not at like a hotel or something, and feel like a celebrity end up having to sit on a different seat than they sat in. They got the wrong seat, and now they feel like, oh my god, I got the right seat. Of course, they got the right seat. Yeah, that's how the world works. They got the right seat. They got it. They got that seat. What they might have wanted, they didn't want. But at the end, well, they got the seat. They got it. Surprisingly, I feel like somebody basically, well, maybe feels like he's not serious because I'm not smiling enough. I'm not doing anything enough. Again, people read voices, read facial features. They read things what feel like he's not an anxiety fit or people are doing things or not doing things right. Don't tell me what to do, blah, 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 blah. This makes me feel, That's how the industry is. We don't feel or I didn't feel like the Church of God has given me the reason to basically have a church. It's my own little church here, but it's not. I feel overpowered by other churches and the way that church hasn't got paid enough and feel like you need to support local church. Feel like God has given you the reason to basically start your own church because little apps are making kids feel like we don't need to do anything anymore, but we do. We need to feel like we cannot share something with people because a merger has taken away the popularity of just one person. That we cannot share because we're like now feel like everyone goes there. They're all popular. Well, that's what happens when you get a job in the church. You get more money from that church, and that church gives you money to basically make your life feel like it's better. Every day of your life, you'll feel like you got more and more and more and more better every day. Yep. More and more better. Even if you don't know what I'm saying, better and better and better. Advertising, sponsorships, all the other things equal better. Better, 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 better. And better and better and better. But hey, I feel like a winner, but now I'm a hypocrite. I don't have enough money. But yeah, Michelob's Ultra Organic Caesar Mango Apricot. I know it's not appropriate for kids, but it's pretty good. Now you just press this button here, and it battles after you get all these characters. Now I already did all my character drawing, but yeah. Press audio, you get all the characters, but there's one. There's like Sonic here. We can get for you can do it right now, but I got to get Tails, so eventually I'll have it 1600. He's middle, he's ambush. There's different filters. Defense, ambush, range, support, charge, magic, bomber, healing. Each one of these are strategized, so you basically decide on where you want to go and everything and choose to attack or not attack or whatever. You got skills and everything else. It all does it itself. You don't have to worry about pressing buttons or anything. You just need to press battle and audio. It'll automatically do everything yourself. And then boom. It doesn't print money or anything like that. That's where charitable donations come in and everything else, but who cares, right? How the world works, you know? Gotta wait till. I don't need to believe that I need to be on a phone and wait for the money to pour in or not pour in. So the truth is that sometimes we have to just wait out the world what believes it. Like I feel like a customer service person, but I'm not. It's not how money pours in. You have to wait, and still I'm part of welfare, everything else, and that's how the world works. We're stuck with the day and age where we are listened to or not listened to. We could just basically say he's just arguing with himself, blah 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 blah. Well, am I? Am I not? Depends on how you're feeling. Objectified by it. Or understanding it. But yeah. Still trying to figure out this app though. On the Volt. Feels pretty good. That it works pretty good. It works decently for a recorder. But yeah, again, they don't care. They're bots. They're whatever. They can ban me at any time. Who knows? Just gotta wait for the world to decide on how we do things, or how we don't do things, or how we will do things, and everything else. For now, well, yeah, gotta wait it out. I don't know. People just don't know if they want to record their own entertainment or it's for entertainment or anything else like that. Like I'm supposed to be in the kitchen doing something, but I'm in Vermont, Canada, Barton, Vermont. I may look like somebody, but I'm not. To have like in between three cubbies and be like, sales now, nope, not works. Try to bear to understand. Cheers, guys. Queen's Pen's a pretty good movie, but it's all play by play. That's all it works out to be. Play by play each other. They're acting each other out. They are like the Three Stooges, trying to understand each other's role. In theater, it's called something. Interactive theater. They're interacting with each other. Yeah, it's all good. It's like blocking, film blocking, yeah. In theaters, the acting to perform, play, or ballot film or opera. Stage blocking have staged over time in Western theater. Wow. Not stage blocking. Fourth wall. Can you believe the acting that way? Yeah. Fourth wall, yeah. Probably fourth wall. What we're doing all day. Just trying to fourth wall the industry that I just decided to be critical about. You know? It's that kind of thing with just basically like I'm criticizing their game. They're allowed to. I'm the audition to them, to their game. Just choosing to do more because it's better that way. Usually. Had their mom bring it home to them. Yeah, that's what happened. Had somebody bring it home to them. Oh.
난 만족 못했는데 어떻게 책임질 거야? 어머나, 실례 좀 할게. 그거 하나 주면 강제보 먹게.
도망쳐보시죠.
이번 건 좀 매울걸. 이걸로 게임 물러설 수 없어요.
이걸로 끝이다.
이번 건 좀 매울걸.
도망쳐보시죠.
좀 하나 주면 강제보 먹게. 이걸로 게임 끝이다. 물러설 수 없어요. 몸으로 잘 받아낸다.
I don't own Walmart right now, but Hello? Hello? I don't know Walmart right now, but and it's good nudge to 'em, but they sold out of all the bacon when I was there. I mean, that's tomorrow they'll probably have more bacon. They won't have any more juice. They don't have anything else. So that means that maybe it's keto diet right now. It's keto diet all the time. So piggies are selling out like no one's business everywhere. Pigs. That means that each farmer's doing very well on trying to get pigs to grow up and everything. It's everything. Bacon, beef, pigs, meat. Everything's selling out in America. That much quicker. Corn, good nudges towards everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and these are my feelings, and I'm just sticking to it. I'm just not criticizing how America is, how good I am at anything, but yeah, it feels like it. No. I think we're going to be okay with how America does things or doesn't do things, so hopefully we figure it out. We will get there. Eventually. Fourth wall. Let's see what yeah, somebody's fourth walling me. Good. Just need to wait fourth wall them. Help them understand that the world needs to just slowly not back up on me, but understand that yes, I know I'm already feeling like I should pick up my slack and do more in life and all the other things and stay off welfare, blah blah blah. Well, that's like the farmer basically decided to be like, I need a grant from America First because I got all these piggies to feed and everything else, and coronavirus is here. Can you please pay towards my thing? Because basically Walmart's not willing to pay the overhead for all this. Yep, we will. And then boom, they get state tax, state money, blah blah, to pay for their employees, blah blah. Yeah, right there. That is what you call a place where basically can't really get by in their house. But they will get by eventually on those 4 piggies. We were in a bad time at our time, but now we're in a better time that we will be able to be better eventually. My ex doesn't feel that way, though. She's rich. She is doing amazing. They are doing amazing. Whatever they call it. Don't worry, the Batman's better than before. The person's better than ever before. The people are better than ever before. I don't need to put on my face every day to feel like, yeah, I'm ready. Ready to commit that when I get a face in the morning, I feel like I'm young. I'm willing to be young again. I feel like the whole world has given me everything I need when I walk outside and feel like $1,000,000 coming into my life. No. Again, we don't feel like prayer anymore because we're all atheists. Just waiting for the world to set forth into motion that religion has changed since forever. And, well, we need to grow up a little bit. When we grow up, we just wait for the world to understand if we are grown men or are we not grown men, or are we just subjected to change, or are we just trying to exist within the change, or we're willing to do more in our changes. Are we willing to become better in our change? Or are we willing to do much better? Are we willing to do worse because it's part of the bucket list of life, or are we willing to just not do more? But yeah, anyways, I feel like a church pastor who basically told you everything you wanted to know, but you didn't want to know because you're not willing to. So this doesn't matter on life right now, that we will just stand up and understand that our life will just matter on any level of whatsoever. Like I said, nothing's gonna matter, and I don't have any money pouring into my bank account every day, but I don't need to show you guys my bank account because basically everyone else is like, bling bling, I can show you how to make money. Bling bling on YouTube. No, 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 no. Yeah, my dad has the same name as me right now, but I gotta wait for him to understand that the name, the placeholder name, whatever else online will eventually turn into Ron's name. It's all good. Just has to get better at understanding that the internet just is that way. He's gonna have to go for legal fees to understand if he wants to get it. So this whole Donald Trump thing reminds you of my own self eventually. With my own father. I'll become an entrepreneur now because he's better than I am at everything after going to prison, doing everything, and feeling like he's thug life, whatever else, blah 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 blah. It feels like, oh yeah, it's all good. That's how it works. There's a time and place for everyone to go to. They can get their lawyers, they can get their whatever, but well, whoever gets their accounts first or pays for an account equals the name is the placeholder of that name. Unless it is like Twitter. Then you can buy from Twitter the name placeholder, Google, or the website holder the website the server. Okay. The server, you have to pay for the website server's name, and then you can get your name as www.donaldtrump.com. Make sure it shows up as Donald Trump, not something else. The host, GoDaddy, the Wix, Squarespace, blah blah blah. Sorry if I'm fraudulently decide to do everything, but it's just a bit of a something. Forge magazine, I mean, yeah, domain name. That's what it is. You have to try to go get your domain name. But sometimes that domain name is taken and it's changed, so you need to find it. I think everyone thinks that they own everything and they can't go after it, but even if you have a lot of money, but right now you can't. To wait. My social security number is mine. My face is mine. My life is mine. Somebody else is tricking somebody else about something. They're doing it intentionally based on his deaf ear or whatever and trying to teach him how to stand that maybe he's just this guy who has a life that has always been that way. It's all good. Yeah. Because the troll will not feed the troll. The troll makes sure that the troll understands that it needs to find a way to understand if it's just feeding into the nonsense or it's willing to help develop better students or manage those better students the right way in an environment that will make sure that it's not obsessive and compulsive. It is a workplace. They'll make sure that when they go over to Special Olympics or anything else, or not Special Olympics, but when they go to special places, like they go to special events, they understand that they are doing exactly what they are doing. They're doing everything they can to make that event feel like it's their event. That no one else is watching them. They're watching themselves do it. That someone's just trying to help contain this like excitement or idea that makes them feel like really, really, really like Santa Claus or somebody else. He knows when you are watching. He knows when you're asleep. He knows when you're doing everything else, making the fear in their eyes and everything like that, like Jesus. Well, I'm not putting the fear in your eyes. Making sure the fear's in no one. Because if I made you feel like that, then I'm sorry. But I cannot make the fear feel any more worse or better. Because I can't tell you what you feel. Because I feel better about understanding that I'm waiting for anarchy to set straight our life and make sure that every day we look at things the way that everyone believes in, the way that it is. But it's up to them how they want to feel, not what I want to feel. So if they want to feel it, then they'll feel how they want to feel it. That's the main thing. The struggles they have is based on the welfare, the life they feel, and everything else. At the end, we have to consistently do our life the way that we consistently do. If not, we're just looking for an excuse to do everything with. We're looking for an excuse to make ourselves feel like that's funny and comedy. Stop me. Criticize, do everything. It is comedy. It's all comedy. Big, giant comedy. Not till it hits you real hard. It's not comedy anymore. It's time to pay the piper. But it's not. Have you ever heard that quote before? No. Then Google it, please. Because no one pays the piper. No one does anything unless they're willing to do something about it. That's how the world works. It just allows you to create something and understand it like theater. Expensive theater. At high-end camera, everything else, they can do it. Like any other film out there, what just does explosions and blah, blah, blah. They create it out of a parody of things. They don't use story, they just use effects, so you basically have four hours of something exciting and not something told by a book, just non-fringent because we have that much more understanding about it. You have to hold on to it for the rest of your life and feel like it's going to criticize this statement that made you feel since, well, every game ever. Every game. Every single game. You hold on to these things like nostalgia. You hold on to it like everything else in life. As I said, we will never understand anything until we understand how important it is to do everything. It's like telling somebody to make sure that they weighed out something and then put it on a list. And then add all that stuff up and put it onto our computer so we can just understand how much we weigh out and weigh in. That money comes out of a big bank account. That bank account gets divided. We only get like 5 different barrels done a day. One basically is free. Blah, 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 blah. And the rest is not free. They're not willing to look at the scope of everything because it's censored and monopolized and marketed to make sure that they don't understand anything so you can get a better profit out of it. How usually things are. The profit is basically oversold by censorship, by marketing. They'll just show them the demographic of things what are not real, that are fake. Feel like you've seen everything in life, but I don't know. Gotta wait for to understand that they did see it or didn't see the scope of it. Felt like it wasn't that important to understand it. That's all good. You're living this life to believe it. Be the best at it. Move on with life. Anyways, I told you too much. It's too much fun to understand everything other than nothing, and well, yeah. We don't do, if we don't, we don't, we do, we don't, we do, we don't, we do. So what I'm playing right now is Valor Legends. The next one. Century Games, Valor Legends.
The portal of space and time opens before me.
Waiting for liability. Waiting for the idea of your own liability. Under the privacy in a way that feels like YouTube won't be liable for it if I just don't be like, it's YouTube's fault for building the server. No, it's not YouTube's fault. It's my fault for deciding to advertise names and understand that. I didn't copyright infringe. I just understood that it was on a very, very good basics that it's like trying to cover up their own complaints during the time that they never wanted to hear about it.
What can I do for you,
the man was
stranger?
like, oh, wow, 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 look at this. We have money, go do it. Right? Sometimes that's what they do. They just go out about, yeah, let's go do it.
Rally!
And then they take YouTube into account, but they shouldn't.
Rally to me as we march to victory!
And hold them liable for having a channel or something. I don't think it should, because why? It does, because some people are like, oh, guess what? It does, because we need to make sure our life is basically all spun into out of context. It wasn't in context, Mom. It wasn't in context. It was in context. It was, dear, we need to. And that they don't need to be in court with you. Special man, something. Guess what?
Follow your heart that directs you
Like
to the
Jesus
nature
doesn't
of
have to be
life.
there, and God has to be there and not there.
Don't you dare encroach on the tree of life!
To understand how it works.
Don't you dare encroach on the tree of life!
One man told you once, or somebody told you once, is basically that. You can be married no matter what, and blah, 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 blah. If we don't feel like getting married, then we won't get married. It's all good. It's basically somebody in my life that didn't believe it, so it does not matter. Can't make commitments because that's usually the promise in life, what they held on to. Committed to keep their family alive and everything else, but they never really committed down to their own life. So it doesn't matter.
Magic is the ultimate ingredient for a good show.
I'll guard everyone till the end of my life.
That's what's it. That's up on the board. Ultra Saiyan.
A shot through the heart.
Right on the person. Bridge somebody else because they bridge somebody else. They bridge. No, it's probably Ranjay. Sonya. Fine. It's like they're trying to understand how to make people delusional about stuff. Don't worry, it's gonna come down to the time where basically they don't feel like they have something what's like military psychology mixed up with the delusion. The artificial technology hasn't turned into progressive science, haven't applied themselves to aesthetics, hasn't been gaslighting people into believing that the only fourth wall you'll believe in is that be done by proximate cause when they come out and decide to say it will be battery or false impersonation, a lawful impersonation eventually. What's signed on paper? Again, they'll show emotional things and criminal laws and everything else will show evidence that, but for a test. They're trying to be the word police, that's it. Don't know who Word Police is? Again, another person. Word Police, like vegan police, blah blah blah. Ha, ha, ha. Do you mean that movie from that movie? No, real things. It's a real word. It's in a. But yeah. Again, if I was a lawyer, I would talk to the lawyer and be like, they're the Word Police. What? Yeah, and they have to look it up and be like, oh, Word Police, okay. They're taking it to real pretext of law. Feels like I'm not overstepping, overstepping somebody who is a word police, or who can oversee it. I am the judge and executioner. I am judge. I'm Judge Dredd. I am somebody. Yeah. It's gonna depend on who's gonna, well, maybe look at this and be like, I'm going to temporarily decide to take it account. Yeah. May just happen after saying all this stuff. So, voila! We'll see how fast I lose this or don't lose this in this one. I'm finally talking about stuff and it's gonna be all gibberish, and they'll notice in the beginning they won't go through the whole video and be like, Google, we don't understand it. And Google word please, because it's delusional. Again, delusional. To wait for the real world to understand if it's just something what potential correctness that wants to be respected by somebody who feels like they are the cancel culture in McCartnism, that it hurts to be somebody. That hurts a lot of people to understand that they have understood how to get through government to help them understand that debate switch, yeah. It's communication, cancel culture, social exclusion, yeah. Feels like it's a debate out in the, like, yeah, some guy who could make a society out of it and as somebody who basically is homeless, but it's not true. It's made by a caste of other people who can't see it as the truth, but it is true. Well, we can't do anything about it because government's not willing to afford them housing and all the things that they still need to get our property. But they made up these words to subject us to, ironically, the true world or the fake world. That I need to find the bias of the truth. In group bias of the truth of favorism. In group favorism, they do need to get favored. The people who are homeless, they need a lot more help than people who are not, who are in the social stigma, the same word, the same truth, of the same word. Believe that ageism and everything else and basic income they cannot make, but, well, I can make it here. It's, well, yeah. It's low-income housing with a grant, so I'm still doing okay, right? Again, it's a social stigma of if I should listen to the whole video or not, or, oh, I'm just not into it, blah, 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 blah. Of course you're not into it. Rich versus poor, blah, 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 blah. Anti-discrimination laws, blah, blah, blah. It's already there again. Somebody's trying to be the word police again with anti-discrimination laws. Without discrimination, we cannot have diversity in life. We just believe that we can believe in hate speech and all the things. Freedom of speech, human rights are there. What's violated because there's no hate speech, there's no nothing. That we're all just biased by the enemy who believes that you are, well, by data or everything. Again, like Google. You have a lot of interns who are getting fired based on, well, yeah, not doing anything or everything else because it's a campus. It's campus of teachers. It's no funner when you basically turn into basically a psychic detective of truth. Yeah. Like, we're not privileged enough to have a real job, but we are. Yeah, a big giant campus of evangelicalism. It's fine. It's public relations and everything else. Memory subversion. What we're looking for. For now, those are only words, big words that I can handle and maybe no one else can handle. But yeah, those are big words. Thanks for listening to me.